Welcome back. Life of the Germ. Classic post volleyball hop on, I guess. Um, Still let it be. Yeah, it's not great, but it is what it is. Um, got my 7 Up. 7 Up cherry. Shout out what are those called? Those I can't think. Well, we call them kitty cocktails in Wisconsin, but there's another name for them. Something Shirley, I think. I forget what it's called. Dirty Shirley is the like alcoholic version. I forget what the other version's called, but we'll just go with clean Shirley. How about that? So yeah, not a lot of updates. My life, like, I feel like when you get into the grind, like when you're grinding with something like my job, running, those are basically the two things that take up like 90% of my time. Like, um, it's not very like there. People are like, "What have you been up to this week?" It's like running and work. It's like it's not exciting. Like, um, and I don't think growth is exactly exciting. Like, it's about the small wins for sure. I can be like, "Oh, I like." I ran faster this week than I did last week, but it's not like, oh, I had this crazy thing happen. It's just you're locked in, and I don't think it needs to be exciting, right? It's like it's fun to see yourself progress and grow. But yeah, not much. I'm probably not gonna opt for a pizza tonight because I actually had pizza last night and oh, it just felt terrible eating it, and then I ate it again for lunch and felt terrible. Like I'm never getting that pizza again. Like it was the worst. But got some burgers tonight. Shout out Dad. I think I'm gonna do the Dad special. Some cheeseburgers with some mac and cheese. I got Annie's mac though. My dad would always get the Kraft kind. I'm more of an Annie's kind of guy. So just to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, other than that, man, just chilling. I got like next Wednesday. I'm going for a science conference and I'm presenting a poster there. But like, conferences are pretty chill as far as it go. Like you're at a hotel. I'm gonna be in the mountains. Like it's gonna be fun. I'll get to talk science to some people that I haven't in a few months, and hopefully get some good feedback on my project. But other than that, it's just a lot of listening, and then I'm gonna go backpacking with some friends. So and then we have Labor Day next week, and then it's I'll work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I fly back home for like 4 days. So I'm really excited for that. My buddy's getting married. Shout out Bobby in Montana for the one time. It's gonna be really fun. Hopefully get some fire pics. But yeah, I'm like really looking forward to that. So and it'll be kind of mark like the start of the school year, and then kind of just flowing into year 3 of PhD. So yeah, other than that, I did a couple 14ers this weekend. With my friends. Shout out Ethan and Brady. Maybe I'll put one of those as like the cover pic, just because it's just a cool picture. But we did two 14ers and nothing too special. Us three camped in the RAV4 together. That was I don't know if I'd do that again. Probably not, but it was pretty tight. We had me, Ethan, and Brady. Ethan was like in the passenger seat. Brady and me were like in the back. We had like air mattresses and stuff, and then Ethan's dog Indy was like in the driver's seat. So it was just a packed car, but we made it work. But yeah, I think getting into the wisdom of the week, it's it's a story I've been wanting to tell for a while. So I've kind of I've cooled it off on the drawings a little bit, and I've cooled it off on the stories. So I don't know about the drawings. Like I think if I get one and I can think of something, I'll draw. But I think I like the stories I need to bring back because the stories are funny. And this I actually turned the story into wisdom of the week, which I think is probably like a first time ever, maybe. But yeah, so my buddy and his wife was here probably a couple weeks ago, and I was hyping this up so much. Like, basically, I was saying that they were giving me crap because they're from Oshkosh, which is like a smaller town that doesn't really have homeless people, and they were just like, "Oh, the homeless people, huh? Like, are they sus?" And I'm like, "No, like they're actually really chill. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, this is the only time that I've had like a bad interaction with a homeless person, and you just do your own thing, they do their thing, and it's like it's whatever. Um, Maybe they asked you for money and you're just like, not today. It's like it is what it is. But like this was interesting. So we were going to the Rockies game and it's like downtown Denver, and I refused to pay for parking because parking there is like $25 for a garage spot, and I'm like, no, there's just no chance I'm doing that. And so usually I walk like 20 minutes to the stadium, and I'm like, whatever, it's free. But I found a spot like literally a block away. I don't know how. Some guy must have just left. I was like, say a lot less. So I pull up, get out of the car, and then I'm like paying for parking. And this homeless guy like approaches us three, and again, I preface all both of them with like, yeah, don't worry, the homeless people are harmless, like it doesn't matter. And the homeless person proceeds to like, there's like a garbage next to me, and like he's like, oh, we're taking out the trash. Like you can tell he's just drugged out of his mind. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Again, don't bother them, they won't bother you. And then, I locked my car because I could see he was like getting close to my car. And, as I'm walking away, I don't know if it was just because I parked the car and it was like a recently moving car, but he was like asphyxiated on my car. And he like literally grabs like the front of the car, like just hugs it. And he's like, Toyota Highlander. And he starts like moving around and stuff and like acting really weird. And I'm like, okay, dude, like, he didn't do anything, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch and see what happens. I'm not loving this, but to preface all this, my car's a RAV4, like it's not even a Highlander, so like I don't know what was going on up there. He was gone, but and then he like has a lighter in his hand, and I'm like, okay, here we go, and he like takes the lighter, and I didn't know this at the time, but I thought he took like basically it's just like a Bic lighter. So it was like, the metal part where you light it, and then it was like the bottom part, right? That's like kind of like a waxy kind of material. And he takes the lighter and like smears the lighter across my hood. And I'm like, okay, this is just getting to the point where it's like, okay, now you're actually just causing like property damage. But I thought it was like the bottom part. So I'm like, okay, I can see there's like a streak, but it's like, it's probably just from like the wax of the bottom of the lighter coming off. And it was not, it was the other side of the light. It was the metal part. Like I was just like, dude, like, so he does his little, I don't even know if he was drawing, whatever he was doing. And then and I'm like, okay. I was like, chill. And then eventually he just like kind of walked away. Cause you just never know with those people. Cause like they're drugged up, like they're not even conscious. So it's like, as much as I'd want to be like, chill out, it's like, you're not even talking to a human. You're just talking to like a drug, So you just never know. And luckily he moved away. But of course, like I'm like looking at the scratch, and it is pretty deep. I don't know if it's enough to rust. That's like what I'm worried about. But like the scratch is there because it was metal, and like I was just like, dude, like, and they're laughing because like I said that homeless people, and literally that's the only time like anything has happened, and I'm just like, dude, this is like so dumb. So that was kind of a bummer. I was mad. There was like a host like waiting tables or like trying to wait tables, just watching it outside. And I was just mad. I was like, dude, like, what do we even do? Like, it's just a dude that's homeless. Like, he doesn't have insurance. I could call the cops on him. It's like, what am I going to do? I was just like, this is so stupid. So we just go to the game, and I'm just like, whatever, it is like, it's not a car that I like care a lot about. Like I paid a decent amount of money for it, but it's not like I'm probably going to sell it once I leave Denver. So I'm like, not really tripping that much, but, it was just kind of a bummer. But how this translates to the wisdom of the week, and what I've been doing now is like, instead of fixing a title to the wisdom, I'm starting to like fix, like come up with like a story and then make a lesson from the story, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of like flipping it. Like, instead of like fitting a title to the wisdom, I fit the wisdom to the title. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm doing the opposite. So this week I was like, what is something, because any situation that I'm kind of like mad or bummed about, I try to like take something away from it. And this one, I think what I took away from it was that nothing in this life is truly yours. Like, you're watching this on your phone or your TV that you bought, but it's like, at the end of the day, like, it's all just, and I'm going to sound like so, I feel like hippie for this, but it is the reality of things. Like, you own a house, you own this, you own that. It's like, you can own whatever you want, but like, at the end of the day, like in this case, I own that car, right? But do I really own it? Like, people can run into me and crash it, and it can be ruined, right? Like, you can burn down your house, right? And you still own the house, and you might still be able to get insurance on the house and get a new house, but it's never going to be there forever, right? Everything is just temporary. Like, and this is a huge throwback, actually. Now that I'm saying this is kind of like similar to what I was talking about. This was senior year of college, Life of the Germ. If you remember, this was like one of the first Life of the Germ episodes that actually got like a good amount of views. It was called Nothing Lasts Forever. This one's only on Spotify, but before I like recorded video or anything. But basically, I got at that idea too, that like it, like people can like say that, and like, oh, I own this, I own that. It's like, everything's temporary, right? And I think you got to remember that while you may own all this stuff, it's like, I think you really got to think about the important thing that matters is the doing the things you want to do and building the qualities and traits that you want to have in your life, and surrounding yourself with the people you want to surround yourself with. These like intangible things, right? These are also temporary, because we all die one day, but it's like, kind of getting at this idea that like, whatever resources are available to you, like, use them, right? Like, if you have a car and you've paid money for it, like, use it, right? I'm so against like, I used to watch quite a few like, they call them sneakerheads, just guys that are like, or girls, I guess, that are like really into sneakers and like cool shoes, and like they do this thing where like, basically you sit on shoes for like 4 years and then bust them out after everyone else has like worn their pairs, and then they're like, whoa, those are so clean, like those were released 4 years ago, like why are they so clean? And you're like, well, they've been sitting in my closet for 4 years and I didn't wear them. Like, I'm just so against that. Like, you have these possessions and you own them, but it's like, at any moment, I mean, that's what came to mind. It's like, yeah, this is just an example. Like, the car is still obviously drivable and it's just cosmetic, right? But like, the car could be gone tomorrow for all I know. And it's just like, just whatever resources you have, like, use them. And if you're not using them, then why do you have them? Like, there's no reason to have them, right? You're entertaining or holding on to something that like you don't really need. And honestly, I didn't think I'd take it take it to where it's going now, but I feel like this is true for possessions, but also people. Like, and I've heard more on like the people side of this more. Like, obviously, if there's people in your life that aren't doing you any good, like, just get like, don't hold on to those connections. Like, you need to prioritize yourself too. Like, but I think this is more material wise, that it's like, if you have stuff just laying around, like, give it to someone who needs it. Like, go to Goodwill, drop it off, sell it, do something with it. Like, if it's not doing you any good, you're just holding on to junk at that point. And it's just, yeah, everything is temporary and everything will get replaced at one point or another. So you might as well just take advantage of the resources you have, right? So that's wisdom of the week. I feel like kind of a short episode this week, but yeah, I got 8 miles, running 8 miles by myself tomorrow. Not exactly looking forward to that, but it's all part of the grind, man. The grind isn't glamorous, that's for sure. But thanks for tuning in. Life the Germ. Cherry 7 Up. Oh my gosh. This is hitting right now. Okay. I'm going to go whip up some burgers. I'll catch you next week.